Hi everyone, I'm Megan and this is Beguiled by Books, where I share short book reviews across a wide variety of genres. Today, I want to highlight five-star books that you should absolutely read, and they just so happen that they were written by Black authors. Let's get started. There are so many books out there to read, and publishing is so dominated by white authors, particularly white male authors, that so many critical voices are getting lost and need to be highlighted and brought up to the surface. These five books live rent-free in my head all the time, and I'm so glad that I have read them because they've opened up amazing doors to other fantastic authors that are also out there and that you should read. Special shout out to my local bookstore, Blackbird Books and Coffee in Raleigh, North Carolina, and then another bookstore called the Black Pearl in Austin, Texas, that highlight these books and these authors so that their communities can be exposed to these books and these authors more regularly. A while ago, my husband sent me a book called Hell of a Book by Jason Mott, and I had no idea what this book was about, but I learned that the author is from North Carolina, where I'm from. So I wanted to support the book, wanted to support the author, and give it a read. And let me tell you, this book lives rent-free in my head all the time. Jason Mott wove such a web in this novel that I truly do not know which way is up. What's the author's reality? What's the main character's reality? Which is which? Who is who? This book is wild in the best possible way. I think about this book all the time. I am so sad that it doesn't get more hype because it's such a great book and it touches on themes of being a Black author in a predominantly white space and the pressure that so many people and industries put on Black people of prominence to be the voice that speaks for that group. And it's a really interesting take. I absolutely loved this book, and you should 100% put this on your TBR and read this as soon as possible. I'm so excited to talk about the Legend Born series by Tracy Deonn. This series, right now, at the time of filming, two books are out. The third one is coming out in spring of 2025. And these books are fun. That is just the shortest, easiest word I can use to describe them, but there are so many great descriptors for this series. Our main character is a young Black woman in North Carolina at UNC Chapel Hill. Another shout out to North Carolina. Hey. And she is now embroiled through a magical world that is the King Arthur legend. It is a wonderful magic system. It is a fantastic myth that is brought into modern day life by Tracy Deonn, our author. And it's such a fun series that folks who enjoy YA can read it. Folks who enjoy just overarching fantasy should be reading this book. It's fabulous. And I love how Tracy Deonn tackles modern day Black women problems through our main character and has her deal with them. Such a wonderful protagonist, a wonderful support system. And again, I can't say enough good things about this series. I want more of you to read it. So add this to your TBR right now. A book I received as part of a book subscription plan I was on several years ago is called When We Were Birds. And I probably never would have picked this book up if it hadn't been sent to me as part of my subscription. But this was such an interesting magical realism book. And I think about this all the time because it left me with so many good questions and it left me continuing to think about the characters and the plot and how everything happened. The book takes place in the Caribbean islands and focuses on a couple of different characters who are brought together in kind of like a mystical way. And it's about the spirits and the dead and our ancestors and how they are living with us and leading us in ways that we don't remember and we don't expect. Beautiful magic system, spirit system that's at play here. And the interweaving of the ancestral knowledge and modern day was really powerful. And I think about this book a lot. It's really good. It's very quiet, subtly powerful, but You will love this book if you like magical realism or kind of that multi-generational storyline. You'll love it. It's fantastic. If you've seen Beguiled by Books videos before, it's not going to be any surprise that a book called My Sister, the Serial Killer is making my list. I love this book. You know, I don't love a lot of mystery. I don't love whodunits because they're a bit predictable for me, and that's great for those of you who love them. I'm so glad you do. My Sister, the Serial Killer is right there in the title. You already know who did it, but it's told from this sister's perspective, the non-serial killer's perspective, watching and observing her sister and her sister's actions and how their worlds come together in an unexpected way. Really cool book. It's a short book. You can easily breeze through this. It is very strong and powerful and exciting and kind of creepy in a good way. Like it just kind of leaves your skin crawling, wondering, how do you really know the people that you know? Phenomenal book. Definitely read it if you haven't already. A standalone fiction book that you should absolutely read is a book called Everything's Fine. Now, I read this before it was published as an advanced copy, and I loved this book. It is about a Black woman who works in New York City in finance and falls in love with her polar opposite, a white upper class man who's had everything handed to him. He associates with a very particular demographic that is the antithesis to her beliefs. And how do they make that love work? And can you even call it love when everything you do and everything you believe is at odds with your partner? Really incredible exploration into oneself and love and what that means and what can love truly overcome and what we're lying to ourselves about. Loved this book, Everything's Fine. Again, I read it a couple years ago. I think it's even more relevant today in the, today's climate with everything going on. Check this book out if you haven't already. I really want to know your thoughts. What other books should be on this list? I have so many books on my TBR that I have yet to read, but I want to know what I should prioritize. So drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And as always, don't forget to like if you found this video helpful or you found a book you want to read, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have a fantastic day.